Okay, we're here with Oreland Joe at Legacy Gallery in Scottsdale, Arizona. Oreland's here showing two of his brand new ledger-inspired pieces at the gallery. Last night was the Native American Art Walk, and this is the first time that these pieces have been seen. Oreland, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
And tell us about the work on the wall here.
The first painting is called Medicine of the Hawk. And, I've been doing quite a bit of research, probably most of my lifetime, but lately having to do with ledger art. And it's about the ally of the Cheyenne, Sioux, and Arapaho in between Platte River and the Arkansas River. That was basically country that the Cheyenne occupied. And so what's happening here, the title is called Medicine of the Hawk, is basically the Pawnee were allies and were scouts for the U.S. government, namely the soldiers. And so what the scene is, the Medicine Hawk has encountered the Pawnee scout. And the Pawnee Scout has led the soldiers to near a campsite of the Cheyenne people. And so before the Pawnee gets back to the soldiers, Medicine Hawk, along with his small band of dog soldiers, they caught him and they caught up with him, and they're about to engage with their hatchets. And so on the right side, because the Pawnee also had medicine, spiritual medicine, and they call themselves the wolf people. And so here there's a little indication of a wolf running, a spirit wolf running besides the horse, and also the paw prints of the wolf itself. On the side of the Cheyenne warrior, he's got the indication up in the corner there of a red-tailed hawk, and the horse also has some red-tailed hawk feathers. Also, the bonnet of the dog soldier also has red-tailed hawk feathers, along with other feathers. And so, in designing this, besides the gesture of the horse and the motion of the two warriors about to hit each other or jump each other with the hatchets, it's a moment of truth, you might say. But eventually, Medicine Hawk wins the short battle, and the Pawnee are chased off. But just backing up a little about spiritual medicine or warrior medicine, the Pawnee, you notice his color is yellow, and he's got that on his face. He's got a soldier jacket on. Already influenced by the new wave of settlers, and so he's got the trade cloth, he's got, in other words, things of the white man, and he's favored it already, so he's with the soldiers. As to opposed to that is the dog soldiers. They didn't want any influence or intrusion of settlers, Americans in any way. They were very opposed to treaties, and again his horse matches his war gear, the crescent moon, the lightning, and even the face paint that he's wearing, they're all significant. And I've also included the look of antique canvas, and just beating up a little, making it to the liking of rawhide or old buckskin, along with painted beads or quill work on the canvas. So it's a very interesting piece, probably based about 1860, part of history on the Platte River. And so that's my newest work that I have.
Can you talk a little bit about the design of the figures and the horses? Because your rendering of the horses is really unique. It's unlike anything I've seen before.
Yes, unlike true ledger art, in those times, talking about when it first arrived about 1840 all the way up to 1860, when they started to record them in ledger books. The horses have very stiff movements, even the whole figure. They're just very, very plain, but it was accepted, and it was all they had at the time. But moving to date, as far as I'm an artist, I like a little more movement, keeping the pastel colors, and the horses themselves. I believe they should have the correct anatomy structure as far as the pounce, the trot, and even running. So every painting has the horses are different. Not in any one painting are the horses the same, but I like the gesture of movement, even if they're about to swing at each other. So those are all put into consideration before a composition is made in the painting. And you know, so I say to myself, I think in geometric form, and I say to myself, why does the yellow horse have to have spots? Why can't they be rectangular or triangular shape with everything? You know, so the zigzag lines, the planes, they're very geometric, which is the true form of ledger art anyway.
Now, as far as the what you're doing in the studio, you're painting, but you're also still sculpting. Can you talk about how you sort of divide your work among a sculptor, sculptures and paintings?
Yes, I still sculpt about 50% of the time, and you almost have to change your mind mentally in painting and in sculpture. And I divide my time, which is healthy, I believe, for any artist to experiment or explore other medium, whether it's just for time off, time out to clear your mind, because painting and sculpture, any type of art form, has problems. You need to walk away and just leave it, and let it thaw itself out or work itself out. And so I apply that to sculpture and painting, where I may start one canvas, go to another, and generally I have three paintings circulating, and it's the same. I learned that from sculpture. You let it set, and it has its own mindset to work itself out. So I'm almost in between 4 to 5 works of art at a time, and like any artist, depending on hours, I go home, I clean up and sit around, and then generally by 9 or 10 o'clock I begin to think back about the day's work and the little problems here and there. And sure enough, by 7 o'clock the next morning, I can definitely see the problem. But it lends itself all back to my research on that period between 1820 and 1890. And by 1890, of course, there were reservations. And so it's just a balance of time, technique, emotions, little problems like that, but I'm good at it.
Well, marvelous new work. Congratulations, and best of luck as you encounter new things and new styles that you're working on.
Thank you, Michael.